Greetings, greetings, respect and manners and everything. Want to make sure that everybody's okay where you are. Do your best to be okay, because all about liberty with HB. Yes, yes. All the while, come forward and I can't see your face right now, but I want to put a smile on your face, a little wisdom in your heart, and praises to the Creator. All right. So, walking and talking today, I decided, my son is taking the dogs out, but I said, okay, while they're out, I need to get me a run in. So while I was running in the neighborhood, I saw them, and I decided, all right, since Charlie got a lot of energy, and we take Charlie on my run. So now I took Charlie on my run. Of course, he's energized. He loves that. Sniffing everything. Yep. And I said, hey, I had woke up this morning with a word, or let me not be like those shyster preachers talking about a word. Just, vibration, a vision, something to ponder on. Yeah, man, out in the nature, Skies are a little gray, but it's cool and nice and perfect weather to take a run, and I enjoyed it. The thing I might bring to this morning still is equilibrium. That word equilibrium. And those of you that took a chemistry class, or did something to that nature, know about equilibrium. If you talk about another word that's used synonymous in science, homeostasis, basically balance. Now, from science, you know that if you have a pivot, you can balance a 50-gram box or a 50-pound box with a 100-pound box. So how can you do that? That's two different weights. Well, you put them if you put them on a seesaw, you just have to put them at the right spot. You see what I say? So equilibrium, balancing, don't always mean equal. Okay? And a lot of times people expect equality. If you got 100-pound, I need 100-pound. If you have 5 cars, I need 5 cars. If you have whatever you have, I need to have. But that's not always equilibrium. It's not always balance, because the needs are different. Now in life, still, when you try to balance things, it's not oftentimes are also equal, but you have equilibrium, you have homeostasis, you have a state of rest, state of peace. All right? And this thing about equilibrium, especially in your life, is very important. All right? Very important. Yep. Like and subscribe still, and share. Walking. Charlie's hanging today. Sneak in his favorite spot down by the lake here, so he can sniff. Yeah, we're talking about equilibrium and life, and having a balanced approach to life. So, if you look at the water on the ground, there's not an equal amount of water and land, that you see. So you go out to the lake and you might say, well, this is only a small lake right here. and you look at the land and you say, man, there's more land than water. But you didn't visit the ocean yet. You know, you didn't go to the ocean, right? So then you might be out in the ocean and you say, man, there's a lot more water than land. But then you never went to the bottom of the ocean and look at the land there. Yeah. So equilibrium is not about always being equal. And so as you look at your life and look at what's going on in your life, be mindful of that. Equilibrium, that means you're balanced, you're in a state of what we call in science homeostasis. It's not necessarily equal, you know, in terms of a measurement. Okay? So, Charlie, I can't go through right there, man. That's too many barbs in there. You know, equality, equilibrium, being in a place of homeostasis. So let's deal with some issues that we might come across. You might be dealing with relationships. I'm not talking about necessarily lovers relationship. You could have a relationship with your parents, you know. You could have a relationship with your coworkers. And you might be looking at it as the relationships not being equal. I'm not treated the same way. You know, depending on the circumstance, you know, but seek equilibrium. Seek balance. All right? Seek homeostasis. That means living in harmony with the thing. All right? Work with it. All right? A lot of people have a relationship with food. You know, with food. And it's not in equilibrium. Oh, let me get off the camera on that. Look at Charlie, guys. When you talk about people's food, crazy. And you know what I'm talking about. But you talk about, you know, living with a relationship with food, and you create an environment where it's not equal. It's not in equilibrium. See, remember, we're talking about being in a state of equilibrium, being in a state of homeostasis. All right? Hey, like and subscribe the video, share it. Okay? All right. So with your finances, are we in a state of equilibrium? Are we in a state of balance? Are we spending more than what we're making? You know, are we dealing with too much credit? Are we dealing with too much debt? You know, are we in a state of equilibrium? All right. In our relationship with our children, our mothers, fathers, cousins, aunts, uncles, are we in a balanced relationship? You know, a lot of times, especially when you get married, you know, one set of family want you to be with them, and the other set of family wants you to be with them. So you have this thing where if there can be developed a lot of animosities, you know, a lot of animosities because there's no equilibrium, there's no state of balance. So finding yourself in situations where you don't feel balanced. Now, why is it important to seek after balancing your life, balancing what's going on, try to getting yourself in each situation in a state of equilibrium? Why is it important? Walking dogs and talking. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're just walking dogs and talking. But why is it important? Well, a lot of things, like we talk about the food relationship, we talk about the finance relationship, but also, you know, we have to look at the relationships that we have. Look at Charlie getting himself knotted up. Come on. See? Come on around. There you go. Good job. All right, hold on, Charlie. We're gonna go this way. um, let's get out of here. You got enough lake time. Let's go up here. Oh. All right, we're getting out. Let's head on back. Come on, not that way. Charlie loves down here. Yeah. Charlie, it's a happy place for him. This balances Charlie out. You know, if you keep the dog, a good example, keeping the dog inside all this time. The dog, you know, you got to get the dog out, give him a walk, and let him be a dog on the leash. Don't let your dogs loose in the neighborhood now. All right. So balance. Why is it important? You know, you can talk about it. It sounds good, man. Yeah, balance. Well, why is it important? You might be, you know, that mixed and strained relationships cause stress. You know, relationship with money, relationship with food, relationship with family, relationship with your spouse, relationship with your friends, relationship in schools, relationship in jobs, all areas, right? It can cause stress, man. And in Jamaica, we are saying stress will kill you. be cool, irate, keep everything irate, God. Stress will kill you, right? So for you know, equilibrium, seek after it, seek to balance your life. And sometimes you got to swallow your pride to get the balance, you know, especially with personal relationships with people, you know, forgiving and you know, being yourself. Because a lot of times when you're feeling stressed, like over relationships, the relationship that you have is pushing you in a state where you're not yourself. You know, you don't feel comfortable, you know, of what's going on. So push to be yourself, and the best thing to be equal with, or not equal, but balanced and in a state of equilibrium, is with yourself. You know, start with things you control. You know, start with your diet. You know, watching too much TV, playing too much games, you know, drinking too much. You know, some people, every meal they're drinking. You know, especially with COVID going on. You know, you got to equilibrium. You know, eating too much sugar products, not eating anything bitter, not anything sour, especially in the society that we live. You know, even the taste of food, you know, you got to balance that off. Sometimes you got to eat some bitter stuff. Sometimes you got to eat some sour. Sometimes, you know, sweet as honey. You know, we love the sweets. But balancing, staying in equilibrium with your relationships. If you're uneasy about a relationship, deal with it. Don't let that relationship cause you to stay in a state of not it being equilibrium, not being feeling balanced because you got issues going on with family or friends or at school or at the job. Use your time to consult with that environment and get your peace back. You know. So the topic today was equilibrium. Keeping your mind, your heart, your finances, your diet, your TV time, your exercise time. You can't, not expect, right? Or expect to have a great life and never exercise. You're gonna be in pain. At least, you gotta stretch. You gotta, do what you can. Move your body. Get your heart rate up. If your heart always just go boop, 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 boop all day, and you never get it to go boop, 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 for at least 2-3 minutes a day, that's not gonna be good for you, So, hey, this is your man HB, just chatting with you, walking, just with Charlie, and we're just talking, man, having a good time. The skyline is beautiful. See that? Yeah, beautiful skyline. Yeah. Enjoying the morning. I'm hearing some birds. I don't know if you can hear it. and just enjoying the scenery, man. I hope you enjoy the walk and talk. Get yourself in equilibrium, in every area. You're talking too much. Listen. Sometimes, you arguing too much. Be at peace. Let somebody have a say. You ever talk to somebody and every time you say, yeah, today's beautiful, I did this. They're like, oh, yeah, it was, and I did this. You said, yeah, I jumped off a cliff and hurt myself. Oh, yeah, I remember I did that one time. And, anything you say, they've got to say something to it's like they always have to say something. That's not balanced. Sometimes you gotta listen and let the person who's speaking have their day. It look like it's week. See all them birds down there, little blackbirds. The ground got wet a little bit, so I guess the worms coming up to the top, and all them birds. Look at Charlie, he's trying to sneak up on them. Yeah, he's trying to sneak up on the birds. See the birds? I don't know if you guys can see the birds. They're right there. Yeah. All right, Charlie, what you doing? Charlie trying to the sneak attack. Come on, Charlie, we're going home. Oop, birds are flying away. All right. But love the skyline, love the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sky. This is balance, man. And the earth, the pandemic might be, is another way of balancing off stuff. Anyway, that's another